And today, we've seen a book that actually exonerated and elucidated that the Igbos were innocent as accused. See, today, Finland, you are not giving us the satisfaction we expected of you. You have actually joined the Fulani Janjaweed, the Nigerian nation that is actually estranged all over Europe, Asia, Antarctica, Oceania, Australia, and America as one of the worst countries in the world. To eliminate the black Jews, to blot them out of extinction. Finland, I'm telling you, it can work. We have still many allies who could give helping hand. We're not totally relying on you. Finland, you are now joining forces with Nigeria to truncate these great efforts of ours, to set ourselves free from over-marginalization, exploitation, expression, and suppression, of the Nigerian nation. Finland, I am not surprised. Anything white skin could go any length to bring down the Prince of Africa, the first black Jewish state, Biafra. We've seen it coming. That's why we are prepared. Ekpa should be free. Willy-nilly. Many things, indications, has actually played out that the Fulani Janjaweeds are the people killing across southeastern Nigeria. Ekpa did not orchestrate any act of terrorism or bloody killings in Igbo land. Ekpa is innocent. Killings of Ebonyi people that were conducting night vigil under Lord choosing ministry. Killings of Idago people that are settling in their farmlands to eke out a living by tilling the land. They invaded the farm settlement and disallowed everybody at sight. Yet, federal government of Nigeria is watching and looking because all are happening to Igbos. The Igbos are to be taking it all at the painful end because we are not counted among the political, system of Nigeria. They excommunicate us and we are, over-estranged. Today, it is playing out everywhere in Nigeria, even in Zamfara, Katsina in Niger State, Plateau in Zamfara, in Nasarawa State, Taraba State, Benue State, Kogi State, Imo, Anambra, everywhere in the southeast, that the killers are the headers, armed to the teeth by the Fulani Janjaweeds billionaires who actually supply these killer headers with arms, and it has actually become genocide in the sight of man. The whole world is watching. USA, Canada, Israel, United Nations, even ICC is now calling the previous administration of Buhari to come and answer to the killings of large numbers of Igbo youths in the southeastern Nigeria. All of a sudden, Buhari becomes sick and is bedridden in the UK. What a trick, what a craft. The Fulani Janjaweeds are playing crafts, to make sure that ICC debunk soft pedal from arresting the former Nigerian president who committed largely genocide during his tenure. Do you see what is happening in Yoruba land, Finland? The Fulani Janjaweeds killing, annihilating Yoruba farmers in their various farms. In Ondo, in Ekiti, even in various villages in Ogun State. People are being shot, people are being killed in Ogun State, in Oyo State, even in Lagos State. They are everywhere, coming in their large numbers with truck and trailers, trying to outrun the entire Lagos State. These are Fulani Janjaweeds that are killing the Southerners. Southern Nigerians are subjected to this incessant attack, bloody one, by the Fulani Janjaweeds. Finland, you have failed. Ekpa is coming out. I'm telling you that all the governors in southeastern Nigeria, don't you ever think that those governors are pure Igbos. They are not. They are nothing but errand boys of the Fulani hegemony. Opuzadema Pitamba, Charles Soludo, Nwafulefu Francis of Ebonyi State. They are all, answering to their masters, the Fulani Janjaweeds in the northern Nigeria. The Fulanis are the people that migrated from Arab. They are the desert Tuareg, whose Islamic ideology never slackened. And what they are doing right now is to carry out this Islamization evangelism across Nigerian nation, encroaching on every region. No region in Nigeria now is not trying to curb, contain, or stop Fulani Islamic ideology. They are not spreading it the way they should, as a gospel of Islam, but by killings, wasting of innocent blood, using the bandits and the Fulani headers to kill farmers, to kill people in their various communities in the southwest, in the southeast, in the south-south. I want to let you know, just a few days ago, Ogoni people went to the police commissioner in that state, Rivers State, announcing to the police that they should come out. They themselves, the Ogoni people, are mobilizing themselves to attack the Fulani settlement, because from that state, they are dispatching their militias, Fulani militias, all over Ogoni land, and they have begun to annihilate the people of, indigenous people of that land. They could not bear it anymore. That's why they confronted the police commissioner of that state. The Fulani Janjaweeds have gone too far, using all these crafts and schemings to confuse the world that Christians are not dying in their large numbers all over the world. I'm telling you that it's the high time that Finland retracts from oppressing, from stopping Mazi Samarekpa from gaining his freedom. I think today we've seen a Sadwana of Sokoto and the Emir of Kano that has been, sidelining other tribes in Nigeria, putting the putting on fire on the spreading of bloody evangelism of Islamization across Nigerian nation. Why is it that the Sadwana of Sokoto of all people could not call the Fulani headers to order to stop the killings in Benue State? Just recently, everybody around the world could witness the killings, annihilation of Benue indigents in their large numbers. 200 people, beside women and children, were killed and burnt to stake. It played out on CNN, Al Jazeera, and other electronic media. It is largely exhibited or displayed on social media platforms how these killers, Fulani Janjaweeds, almost annihilated the whole town, setting all their slums ablaze. There are many things happening in Nigeria that we don't know. Finland retracts from oppressing Mazi Simon Ekpa. We know actually he is a Finnish citizen. If you are done with him, I think it's the right time you offload him into other countries, either in Europe, Australia, or Asia. You're welcome to my news, to my world. Biafra analysis continues. We are here disseminating information to the outside world to know what is happening to Igbo man. Once upon a time, 1966-67, a coup orchestrated by the entire tribes of this country was actually, believed to have staged by a particular Jewish tribe, the Igbos. No, it is a lie, a naked lie, overemphasized by BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation in 1966. Today, we've seen the truth. The author of the book that actually unveiled the accurate information about the news of 1960s was Frederick Forsyth, a British writer, a good friend to Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu. Secondly, Madebo, Chukwuemeka Ike, and the rest of them. And currently, we've seen a northerner by the name Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the former Nigerian military head of state, to come out with his own book that Igbos should be left alone. Let peace reign. They are not the sole orchestrators, planner of the coup of 1966. They are innocent as accused. Thank you. This is .Nation News. Please assist me by subscribing from my YouTube channel, .Nation. Search it out on YouTube and watch me. I'm coming up with many more vital information to you in this regard of Biafra, oppression. They are oppressing Biafra all over Nigeria. The government of the day, the previous government. Igbo ya nwụrụ na anwụ, anyị ga-nwụrụ na anwụ. Mba, we are still here. Thank you for watching, and God bless you all. That was how the pogrom of 1967-69-70 escalated in Nigeria, because everybody believed on that announcement by BBC. And that was how Igbos were roped into what they... Quite unbelievable that Finland could go this far to intimidate Biafrans. A country that has actually given out all it has to make sure that Biafran nation emancipates, so lately has deviated, slackened from doing the needful. See, let me tell you, internationally, Biafra has been recognized. So if you ask me, it is too late for Finland to be playing this kind of abracadabra role, accentuating the fact that Mazi Simon Ekpa is one of Finland, Finnish citizens today. It is obvious Finland is supposed to play consular role, but they actually, slackened, back down from giving us justice by coming out with this kind of stringent, instruction that Simon Ekpa should renounce Biafra. Hey, this is the big story of the decade so far. Finland, let me tell you, if you don't have what it takes to at least shelter Simon Ekpa in Finland, we have many allies, all over Europe, America, Asia countries that could allow the young man to go into exile there and start playing the role of Biafra minister in exile. We are not even begging Finland. We are not backing down on Biafra agitation. See, let me tell you, Finland, this is Simon Ekpa. It's just deputizing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in this agitation, business. I'm telling you, Ekpa will like to stay put in confinement. It is his own reason to stay in confinement in Finland there than renouncing Biafra. It is impossible if there's any word like that. The possibility of my Simon Ekpa, renouncing Biafra is not here on earth. I don't say the gentleman bowing to your, inimical pressure to bring down Biafra. Simon Ekpa is going on and on, emphasizing on reasons why, to his lawyers, he could not actually back down on this race. Biafra emergence is sacrosanct, and no man on earth should stop it. Finland, let me actually ask you, when did you start in existence? Because I know that most of you are Jewish. Yes, Jewish state of Biafra, Israel was declared in 1948. Then, during the time of Babylonian captivity, Israel, or the Israelites, were scattered all over the world. Yes. And at the time, there was this man, a beast, that, started his Nazist policy in Europe by actually, with his oratory, rendition, and speeches, he began to convince people in Western Europe, all over Europe, that the Jews were the Antichrist. Why? Crucifixion of our Lord Jesus Christ. At 3 AD, he was killed on the cross of Calvary. Then this man, Nazist, ideologist, by name Adolf Hitler, a name that has blotted out of world history, even politics today. Nothing like the Hitler family, no traces anymore. He began to hunt down the Jews across all over Europe. Precisely Austria, Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, and so on and so forth. That was how Hitler annihilated the Jews. Up to 6 million. You, Finland, that have larger numbers of Jews, is trying to deviate from being the lamb to the beast by not allowing a gentleman, a young man that was agitating for his people. Haven't you been seeing how the Fulani Janjaweeds, killed, reduced the Igbos in the 1960s during the Nigerian Biafra Civil War. A war that was fought against the Igbos, and the Igbos were just falling back to defend themselves. Simply because of a coup of 1966, which of course I believe that Alex Thor, the Finnish, current president, would have gotten the wind-up. The information that this coup of 1966 were not orchestrated by the Igbos, but the entire tribes of Nigerian nation. A book was just launched by the then Nigerian head of state, President Ibrahim Babangida, that the coup was not Igbo coup. But being that British, a demonic nation, a satanic contraption in Europe, made an announcement in BBC in 1966 that it was Igbo coup, that the coup was largely the Igbos. That's why they exterminated the Fulani, the Hausas, and the rest of the victims. Yes, no, brought the war to an abrupt end, and the Civil War ended in 1970. Nobody was defeated, nobody was victorious. And every canal in Nigeria, in Biafra land, went to their various slums. Then what praised the Igbo land, the Biafran people, in the year 1970, 71, 75, and so on and so forth, was exploitation. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Enjoy your night, depending on where you're watching from. As a result of time difference. This is .Nation News with Ralph Tresvant, coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria. You see, I have many questions in my mind before, commencement of this news or dissemination of information from Nigeria to you over there living in diaspora all over the world. What is it that must have provoked Finland into asking Simon Ekpa to renounce Biafra in front of major media of the world, media platforms? What I mean here by major media platforms of the world, I mean media giants all over the world like Al Jazeera, CNN, Fox, BBC News, and some other, great electronic media. Simon Ekpa was, confronted by Finland government to renounce Biafra as one of the conditions to, uncage him from detention in Finland. And Master Simon Ekpa Njoku, being whom he is, a great Biafra, agitator, who has never soiled his hand with, let me say, criminalities, or statements, or let me say some other activities that are not embedded on Nigerian constitution. Master Simon Ekpa was, put in confinement since last year, and until date, we actually anyway, believed he could stay like 5 months. 5 months of the year. What I mean is just May this year, 2025. And today we can see May is now 2 months away. Simon Njoku still remains in confinement in faraway Finland. And having gone to the court in Finland with the government of Finland, Simon Ekpa was found to have, not indicted in any way. Yes. And today we are seeing a government of Finland, if you ask me, that actually fought fervently for liberation of Finland from the former USSR. Many years, even during the Second World War, many years, until in 1956, Finland actually succeeded from, letting themselves out of the tutelage of the former communist country USSR that was it disintegrated in 1990-91. The whole 16 federatives all went their separate ways, but Finland actually separated in the year 1956. So today, our best ally during Nigeria-Biafran Civil War of 1967 to 1970 has actually compromised from being our best friend. I mean, the Biafrans. Anybody, anything could happen. I'm just asking anybody this question, that in Nigeria contraption, anything could happen. And you know that something transpired that brought about this kind of approach to Biafra agitation, as it is being championed by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, his second, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Something happened. Finland was tacitly following Biafra emancipation until on December 24th last year, Biafra was declared in the same Finland. They allowed it. In Lati, great orchestra, pianist, Jean Seblos Square in Finland. The whole world attended. United Nations as the platform that is holding all the member nations, of the former League of Nations. Their representatives were in attendance. United States of America in attendance. Canada, Israel in attendance, and other EU member nations. After much pressure by Nigerian government to at least convince Europeans that they, shouldn't support Biafran cause. That was last year. And today we are seeing Simon Ekpa that has actually succeeded on making it clear he is never involved on bloodletting or bloody criminalities going on in Ibuland with his lawyers and other activists in the faraway Finland. Simon Ekpa was found not guilty of any offense, like, bordering on terrorism, criminalities like unnecessary killing, as we see it going on in Nigeria today. And it is high time that Simon Ekpa is to go free of the hook of Finnish law or constitution. Today, we've seen a country that was our ally before giving condition to Simon Ekpa that Simon Ekpa should not at least continue with his Biafra agitation. To me, it is the highest sin. Irregularity, discrepancy so far I've seen on the Finnish, nation of Scandinavia, Europe. See, a session whereby we understood how Finland actually extricated themselves from the tutelage of the former USSR, fought fervently for their sovereignty, and today the same Finland has actually deviated from doing the needful, which what I mean here is supporting Biafra. They are now singing another tune because maybe something happened. Of course, something happened in Nigeria. We actually got information that Finland actually was awarded Finnish company, a contract in Lagos Island. Nigeria used this to make sure that they bribe Finland off to, turn their back on Biafran nation. And since that contract and after the Finnish ambassador to Nigeria met with Bianco Ono and the Nigerian president, Finland started singing another tune. They actually compromised. Yes, Finland compromised in the sense that what they used to do before by supporting Biafra fervently with material resources, they have now actually deviated from doing so as such. Why? Finland has now been bribed out. Sanoba should have been freed by now, a freed man. But we are seeing a situation whereby Ekpa is no longer about coming out. Why? Because he was given various conditions. Yes, various conditions. Finland has been, giving Ekpa many conditions, bordering on his liberation, thorough extrication, from confinement in prison. And Ekpa, it was just like a choice in making. And rightly, that great Igbo song said, no, his release shouldn't be based on condition. See, Ekpa's freedom should be unconditional release. That is what I mean here. Also, what bothers me most is, why is it that Finland actually deviated from following up the rules and regulation of international law under the United Nations Charter or objectivity? Why so soon that Finland has just deviated from, friendship with Biafran nation? Samanaba is not going to come out because he was giving conditions. Many people, many Igbos especially, were expecting Ekpa to come out soonest. And we are seeing an Ekpa, a man, a resilient man, whose, stringent belief on Biafra never slackens, rejecting such, let me say, unjustified conditions by the Scandinavian country of Finland. So what do we say? We have been waiting and waiting. All you Biafran faithfuls, Ekpa is not coming out soon because he has been given condition by Finland, as Finland is now partly befriending Nigeria. So our question is that you that fought for your own sovereignty in 1956, succeeded from USSR, why is it you are turning back on this young man who is even your citizen? Is that a consular rule familiar or synonymous to what British did to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu? MNK. They refused him consular assistance, and the Kanu actually, stomached it. He stomached it. Why? There are many ways of dealing with all these European slave masters. Kanu is going to come to British, is turning against them, to actually know the reason why they should not come to the aid, assistance, his own assistance or aid. British should have done that long time ago. If they actually do it now, if you ask me, I will tell you it is too late. So it is high time everybody believe that, should believe that Finland has deviated from being the Finnish nation that actually helped Biafran children in 1967, 68, 69, 70 from the pestilence, plague called Kwachioko. Our children almost, I think, among, died out, as a result of lack of basic, nutrition. Our children were dying of Kwachioko because Nigeria blocked Nigerian policy of food blockade sponsored by Obafemi Awolowo, who actually suggested it as one of the weapons of war to truncate Biafran victory against their opponent Nigeria. Actually go on, dance to it, and no food, no stockfish, no basic, essential commodities were entering into Biafran territory. It was thoroughly blocked from the axis of Bight of Guinea, axis of Bight of Benin, Bight of Bonny, and Nigeria policy of hunger